That's right. You got the show. Showing a little love to my brothers at the Shining Wizards. Coming at you here for a brief, but what I feel to be important mention. I had to give a shout out to all my brothers at the Shining Wizards Network. I got into a little Twitter discussion, if you will, this past weekend about the merits of one Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen and how I felt that he was an overrated wrestler. And along with being overrated, he was overweight and not really in shape and not able to perform to the utmost of his ability. I have not been a huge Kevin Steen mark. And we went back and forth, and it was an amicable, debate back and forth on Twitter. And Tony, Eddie, Kevin, because no matter what, y'all got involved one way or another. And a nice appreciate the shout out to Bill Scooter. Not the first time that Skylar has been referred to as Scooter. Not that I look like little Scooter from the Muppets, but now you're going to think about that every goddamn time you say Scooter, you're going to think of the dude from the Muppets. Anyway, this is just a brief shout out to the Shining Wizards. I am a member of the Jersey chapter of the Shining Wizards. Proud and true. You guys are the best in the podcast business. I don't care what anybody has to say. You're my favorites. You kick ass. You make me laugh like a son of a bitch. The whole Shining Wizard family is on top of the game. But again, I digress. I am here to officially announce my conversion to the Church of Mr. Wrestling. Kevin Kill Steen Kill blew my fucking mind at Global Wars in the match with Adam Cole. And son of a bitch, if I didn't have to go out and start digging up, I got some DVDs from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, watching some of his old matches with Generico and other things there on Gorilla with the guys he was messing with out there in Cali. And I have got to get my hands on the Ring of Honor Best of 2D DVD set on Kevin Steen just to see what the hell I've been missing. I knew the guy always had the moves. I just felt that he thought a little too much of himself and didn't put it all out there in the ring. And maybe some of that was kayfabe, especially in the war with Jimmy Cornette at Ring of Honor. But I felt a lot of that was truth coming out. And maybe that was just his disappointment in how they were promoting him in the business at Ring of Honor. But either way, I want to thank the Shining Wizards for opening the show's eyes to the magnificence of Kevin Steen. And you'll never hear another goddamn bad word come from me, whether it's verbally or typed on Twitter or Facebook. Jesus Christ, I've been watching Kevin Steen videos all fucking weekend, kicking myself in the balls repeatedly for not following this guy and realizing what a fucking monster and a beast he is, and what a awesome technical wrestler he was back in the day, which I'm still going to say I wish the dude was about 80 pounds lighter, looking like he was back when he first started out. I think he would go much harder in the ring. He'd beef himself up with a little bit of muscle. And, that baby face is gone. He's got the beard, but the cat, oh my God, the psychology in that match against Michael Cole, him just trolloping around the fucking ring, having a ball like a little gremlin as he was throwing him, man, balls first against all four turnbuckles. and then picking them up and power bombing them on the ring aprons on all four sides. Like a kid in a candy store having a ball. The shit was funny as hell. And Ladder Wars, right there, if I had seen Ladder Wars, I would have known that Kevin Steen was indeed the shit. And I'm just shouting out to the Shining Wizards one more time. Yeah, you're getting a lot of cheap plugs from the show here at Big Slam Wrestling. The revolution, as always, is now. And the Shining Wizards, I like to think, is part of that revolution, helping to get pro wrestling back on the map. We discussed it in the podcast last night about how we growing up in the 80s and the 90s wanted storytelling, and we were used to that. And Ring of Honor has not been doing that, and it's more a bit of a spot monkey fest. Well, it's time for that to change, and if Ring of Honor wants to take that next step and becoming the number 2 company in this country, that's what they got to revolve and to get themselves back into, which means if they got to get themselves a new head of booking and creative, you know, good Lord, think with somebody like a Jim Ross, or if they had got a Paul Heyman, what he could have done to tweak that company, and the greatness is mind-blowing. But that's all I wanted to do. I'm giving a shout out once again, Shining Wizards, Eddie, Kevin, Tony. I hope to God I'm not missing anybody. If I am, shit, you guys, I owe you a beer if that's the case. I'll be seeing y'all at the Pro Wrestling Syndicate show up in Rawway. Killer Elite Squad, Lance Hoyt, Harry Smith. Looking forward to it. Turning out to be a hell of a mega show. A lot of people keep coming, getting put on that roster every single day. I just can't keep up with the stars that are going to fill the ring that night. But again, that's in Rawway. July the 7th, Saturday evening, Pro Wrestling Syndicate. It's going to be my first Pro Wrestling Syndicate show, which again is thanks to the Shining Wizards who have turned me on to this independent promotion from up North Jersey. I'm down here more in centralized Jersey, so I don't get to see a lot of the indie shows except for CZW, which is only like 20 minutes away. I'm going to take that hour-plus drive and head up the Rawway, and I'm looking to see what I'm hearing is the best independent pro wrestling organization on the East Coast of the United States. And I know the Shining Wizards ain't throwing shit and blowing smoke up my ass. They certainly ain't pissing down my back and telling me it's raining. I know that the Pro Wrestling Syndicate is going to blow the show's mind. And with that, I'll see you cats down the road. It's coming up shortly. Hell, we're almost out of this month already. Summer is upon us. Kevin Steen, you are a wrestling god. And I'm out. See you down the road. Shit, that's probably Steen calling me now, wanting to kick my ass for talking shit about him on Twitter last week. I ain't answered that sumbitch. Talk to you later.